everybody, and welcome back to Colony Survival, and you find me down the mines on a little quest to see what's actually down here. We're in the Far East at the moment, and I'm just like digging my way down to see what I get. So this level we've got iron, gypsum and clay. That's just very, very nice, and that allows me to make my pottery, the clay, but we're looking for kaolinite. Now that sounds to me like something that's going to be quite far down in the mine, to be honest. So I'm just needing to every so often check that I'm still within the green part as I make this mine. I'll possibly make some bedrooms down here as well, because it is quite a little trek for my miners to go. I like to make them bedrooms if I can. Not always. Sometimes I'm just like, well, no, I don't have time to make you a bedroom. But sometimes I'm like, yeah, okay, we'll make you a bedroom in the mines. You don't have to walk as far. It just depends on like how efficient I need it to be. Although that was one of the things in the changes that they were trying to describe recently. And they were like, well, maybe we'll make it so that you don't have to be as efficient and you can just make a giant colony to compensate. And I'm like, I like the fact that there's a bit of a challenge there. Ooh, that's something new. Alright, what are you? Find you on this level, didn't I? What are you? You are coal ore. Right. And then we've got this thing. This thing. What are you? You are kaolinite. Okay, cool. And let's just move these things out. What are you? You are gold. Okay. So we're on the gold layer right now. I'm thinking I should just probably dig out from about here, honestly. Usually once you start to hit things, they tend to all be on the same sort of layer. So you just need to dig on that layer until you find some more stuff. There's some more kaolinite. Wonderful. I've got a miner down here getting that all sorted out. Once I found all the ores and stuff, I can kind of work on making it a bit prettier, but I like to just know where everything is and what everything is first as well. That's more coal. Now I know I need charcoal, but for some of the stuff, I may send that from the other camp. I've got a lot of charcoal makers up there, so it might be a good idea just to do that. But then it might also be good just to have, like I say, sometimes it's good to just have the general production for everything you need on site as well. Bit of a tough one to call, really. I have found though is that I'm not finding the diggers and stuff either intuitive enough or useful enough to just be making these things for me. I do find I tend to dig a lot of stuff myself, and whether that's an issue with me or an issue with the way the game works, I'm not really sure. But I definitely do find myself doing a lot of manual digging. Because it's so much faster, I'm trying to look for something. I don't want to have to set up a dig command and then wait for it for 5 million years before I can, you know, look at what I'm looking at, you know? Alright, so I didn't find any more kaolinite, but one should be enough for now. I'm going to stick a crate here and stick a mining job there. I don't really want to be mining up gold down here unless I find that the other colony is really struggling for gold or something and it needs a bit of a hand. But it should be fine. So I've got the kaolinite, I've got the gold and all that sort of thing. So I need lead and I think I might need tin. So I'm just going to go and have a quick look at what else it is I actually need. And if I do need tin, I'll put another mining job in for tin, because I know where that is already. Lead may need to come from the other colony, but I'll see. And we'll also see if, while I've been doing all of that stuff, if my pottery science is done, because that's setting everything up for the porcelain science. There we are. Wonderful. So I need water, clay, and kaolinite. Kaolinite, we're just starting to mine that up. We've got some clay coming in as well. Raw porcelain and charcoal. Made it a kiln. I'm kind of thinking I'll set up a charcoal rule at the other camp, honestly. And then a porcelain biscuit, charcoal, and lead. And again, I think that might need to come from the other camp. So I need to really just send down charcoal and lead. And then we've got pottery stuff going on. So pottery probably just needs a kiln. I want to just try and find spaces where I can do things. So I should have some wood somewhere, okay? I think I need to expand this a little bit. So let's have a look where the green goes to. Right, okay, goes to here. Fine, so let's put a little expansion out the side here. It could be a little workshop or something. I could even enclose it, make it like a little tiny house. And that could be their workshop. And then I could do one like maybe on the other side. Well, the other side is probably as far as it goes, actually. Yeah, maybe I could make like off the side just a little sort of workshop come bunkhouse thing. And have it all the way down the side, like a big old longhouse sort of thing going on. That would be pretty cool. Well, I need to get rid of these trees though. So the problem I have with charcoal, right, is that to do that I need a tree farm, and tree farms take up a lot of space. That might be enough actually. So I'm kind of thinking, get me some more planks here. If I'm not quick with this, then it'll let the zombies in, so I've got to be dead quick with it. It's nearly night time. I can't even remember what I was saying. I had a thought in my head, and it's gone now because I was worried. I'm worried about not making this fast enough because the zombies are all going to come and get me. I was talking about tree farms, wasn't I? And basically charcoal is going to be possibly, I think, too much of a problem to do over here. I think I'd prefer just to use the tree farm I've got back at the other place and expand it if necessary and just have a large charcoal making production there. And I also need to check if I've got any lead production there at all, or if I know where lead is or what lead looks like, because at the moment I don't think I do. I think the lead might be down on the gold layer. It could be even be further down than that. I think the gold layer is the furthest down layer though. So whether we even have lead here, I'm not sure. So the pottery making is going to be one of the most fiddly and annoying ones to do. Right, we're all nicely set up here now. I'll just light it up a little tiny bit, and then I can add a roof later if I want. But what I'm kind of thinking here is that maybe I'll just like put in a wooden floor. So it looks at least a little bit more like it's an indoor space. And I'm going to move all of my bits and pieces in here. So I'll probably put new bedrooms in here. I might just leave the beds where they are for now, but I definitely want to try and sort of move a lot of the workshop areas into here. Because I'm kind of feeling like it's a little bit like... Feel like it's all a little bit kind of outdoorsy, and they don't really have indoor space, and I don't really like that. And I know that this is very cosmetic, and it takes a while to do as well, and I could be doing other things like showing you how to make porcelain or something in the meantime, or going back and setting up my trade rules, but I just kind of feel this would be a nice thing for them. It'll take me like 5 minutes, it's fine. Running out of planks. I don't think I can make like 10. Oh, I can do 4s with shift. Nice. That's pretty decent. I can't even remember whether that was something I used to be able to do or whether it's something I have just discovered I can do. But I've got this slight suspicion that there's been a couple of little quality of life improvements popped into here since I last played, which is really nice. They are updating this and improving it all the time and always thinking about how it could play better. Which is obviously something that as a gamer I appreciate quite a bit. But yeah, I think this will be my longhouse. We'll just build it off to the side and they can all just sleep in here. Except for the miners, which I may put down in the actual mine themselves. I'll give them a little miner's bedroom, I think, on one of the mine stages. I'm actually getting low on straw. Oh, it's probably because it's this area, actually. Like, up in the other colony, there's like probably a million bajillion bits of straw. But as soon as I move out of a colony, I lose my inventory, and so it's very difficult to take things to another colony without setting up trade rules. But again, that's fine by me. I don't mind that, setting up some trade rules. I do wish, however, that I didn't have to go between colonies in the way I do, to have to set up a... Yeah, you can only set up a trade rule to give, you can't set up one to receive, even if they're both your colonies. And it seems a little daft. I don't know if that's supposed to add to the challenge or something. I'm really not sure. Add to the challenge of navigation for me, I tell you that. So probably one of the first things I'll put in this area will be the spinning stuff. Better already. It just looks a little bit more done, doesn't it? Yeah, I know I don't use half the blocks that I probably could be using. There's all sorts of cool decorative blocks and things like that that you guys could experiment with if you were making your own place. But like I say, this is more like this is more a bit of a tech demo, honestly, for me from this side of it. I'm making functional places and I'm trying to make them pretty. But I imagine if you spent a lot of time on it, you can make it really pretty. But I sometimes debate whether watching that is interesting. You know, I think sometimes that's better suited to things like speed builds and things like that. Whereas what I like to do is to try and show you gameplay. Maybe balanced in with a little bit of creativity, but generally like gameplay. So I could pop down some more beds here, definitely. I don't know if I want to spend the entire episode making a wooden floor. Maybe we'll do that in sections. Or maybe do like a couple of different sections of that. I will slowly get it done during... Okay, so I'm kind of thinking maybe a doorway into here, like around here. And I'm kind of thinking we'll take up some of the beds. 1, 2, 3. Maybe this could be an area. Oops. A monster killed one of my colonists with the job grocery shop vendor. Water gatherer. Rats. There's monsters in the water gathering area in the other place. I'm wondering whether I should split this into like 2 bedroom areas down the middle here. We put another little wall down the middle. I might need to expand it, like, to make it even, though, possibly. So be 1, 2, 3 in between these, and then 1 there, 1 there, 1, 2 between those. Yes, of course. Of course, it's uneven. I won't worry about it for just now, but I may need to just come back into this and just slightly adjust the wall out one. There's plenty of room for that to happen, but otherwise I feel like I'm wasting a lot of space. I mean, some people would say I'm wasting space just by having the beds not completely like rammed together, but you know, that's just an aesthetic choice. Well, 35 beds to 22 colonists. And this colony is doing great. But I will need to probably go home to the other colony and just see what's going on with that. And I've got some ideas on maybe a few things that I could do to help them over there. So now I've got this area as like a 23 colonists, 24 beds. That's perfect. And I've got some spare beds if I need. Hey, dude, wake up. I punched him to wake him up. That's really, really mean of me, I know. I'm the meanest, baddest person that's looking after a colony and this survival thing. So before I put any kind of roofs or anything on, I do want to just adjust the dimensions of this place very slightly. But it'll be just probably a massive bunkhouse, honestly. And this leaves a lot of room in here. And I might do a similar thing in here, is put like dividers in. Could divide it up a little bit. Would allow me to put more things back to back. Also allows a little bit more control of the monsters and things like that as well. There we go. Right, so I want to put in spinning wheels now, and hopefully I should have them already. Yep. And I'm going to need a couple more beds put down, I expect, as well. But spinning wheel, spinning wheel. And I'm just going to make lots of silk. And then I imagine I'm possibly going to want to make myself like a cloth maker's bench, a tailor bench. If I can I make a tailor bench myself? No, I might need to make these guys make one for me. Tailoring bench. I don't know where a tailoring bench is made, unfortunately. I might have to set up like a little trade rule to bring down a tailoring bench, or I just send the silk up to the other colony, the raw processed silk, and then we just do it that way. Because this colony doesn't need the happiness at all. It's fine. It doesn't need its stuff. It's very small and doesn't need the happiness at all. Whereas the other colony needs it quite badly. Wonder if I should send my excess cabbage meals and things up. So now hopefully that I'm not using the rice meals for anything else. Once they get to about 20 of them plus, they should start 100% availability of berry, 100% availability of bread. Now, are we sending bread down here at all? I need to check that with the grocery. With the trader, sorry. So, we are sending berries. We're not being sent any bread. So I need to send down here lead, bread, and charcoal. I'm getting a bit of a list here. Lead, bread, and charcoal. I almost feel like I want to purposely not give them a grocer, because until they get big enough that they want luxury items, the grocer won't be giving them any luxury items, so they'll just be sitting in a stockpile ready to give to the other colony, which really desperately needs the happiness. Right, so I kind of feel now that it might be time to get on my glider and go back to the other colony, just set up those trade rules and go and have a look at that problem area it's been a problem for a while, honestly. It's been a massive problem for quite some time. And that area, that particular problem area, is the water gatherers thing. And that's why down here I'm probably going to try and put in a water pipe. But I can't find a water pipe. I can't find who makes one. So I need to find out who makes the water pipe and try and bring one back. I don't even know how to bring something back. Because as soon as I leave this area, I'm pretty sure everything in my inventory goes. I'll just keep an eye on my hotbar and see if that disappears. Whether I can carry things to and from each colony on my hotbar, maybe. Because then I could bring them a tailor station and I could bring them a water pipe. And if I could bring them those things, that'd be quite useful. But then they could just tailor all the silk stuff and send it up. But the other thing is that I'm not necessarily too worried about just them sending the silk, and we'll process the silk up in the cookhouse area. I'll just maybe build a few more tailors. But then the other thing is, if the happiness increases in the main camp, I can have more people there. So having things like the rice meals and stuff like that adds to the happiness. I think I need to kind of slightly go this way. I never know. I'm terrible. You'd think I'd like have I kind of recognize this area a little bit, but I still don't 100% know where to go with it. I'm hoping that as I come over this hill, follow this river along a little bit, I'll start to see my colony. I think. She says going to just the wrong way. 400 south, 200. Yeah, we've gone a little bit too far south. But it should be around here somewhere. It should be close. $700 blocks to the south. We've gone way too far. Let's see if this is what I think is south. No, we're going totally the wrong way. I think it must be this way. We're going far too far north. So I think this way is south. The thing is, if I could even get a compass just to show me the directions, I could get a pretty good idea of which direction I need to go. But oh my goodness, it's so difficult. Here we are. There it is. I wasn't actually that far away. Right, let's start coming down, otherwise I'll end up landing in a weird place again. So we got -2 unemployed. So a monster got in and it did mess with some of my guys. Oh, it's monster time, is it? Oops. I have to run away. So what I'm actually maybe thinking of doing is having this completely like... Right, I'm gonna do a thing. This is my thing I'm going to do, and I'm hoping that this will help the water gatherers have a bit more time. So that the zombies can't just come straight in and grab them. They have to come through this tunnel. And while they're coming through this tunnel, they will probably be able to hopefully see them from there and give them a shoot. Actually, it would be even better, thinking about it, if they could shoot straight down from there. So let's just change this up slightly to being more like this. So they've got to basically walk right in front of my guys. Get shot by them, so they've got to walk right in front of here before they can get anywhere near my water gatherers. And I think that that's a good way to go with it. Just trying to think of really any way to make it a little bit more difficult for them to have a go, really. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I can lengthen these if need be, if I want to give them a bit more time. But I think this should be about right. Should be able to just go boom, 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 boom. And if I want to make it a little bit of a more interesting looking entrance way there, we can do that. Yeah, okay, so that I think should definitely be a help. I'm just going to put some wood down here, do a little wooden floor. Again, like, I try to make it pretty, and then, like, sometimes I just don't have time, but a little touch like this is quite easy and quick to do, so I don't see why I shouldn't be doing that. There we are. Maybe that there. I don't really need to make it easier for them, so I'm not going to put a step in. I'm going to make it easier for them. But the water gatherers should know that the only way into their little area is to go down here. And then those little wings there should give them a bit more protection. Cool. Right, so the next thing I want to do is to head on into the colony and go to the grocer. I wanted lead and charcoal and something else. Knew this would happen. There's lead, charcoal, tin. I hate my life. Regardless, lead and charcoal are the way forward. So let's just make sure we've got them sorted, and then if there's another thing I've forgotten, I'll get it done. But right, so proposed trading rule on cassava, cacao. No. If there is any silk, I want all the silk to be kind of sent up here, honestly. Silk pillow. No, I don't want silk pillow. I just want silk. This is where I can't trade pure silk. Sugar. All the flaxes, bananas. Silk, there we are. So Shelab's colony has more than one. And, oh. Oh no, the silk needs to come back. Right, sorry. No rule about that. Trading rule. Lead and charcoal. Buying only, no selling. Fur. Fluffy fur. Cotton thread. No, 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 no. Okay, silver, steel, iron, gold, lead. Seems like I do have lead. Made in the bloomery. Okay, so if Shelab's colony has more than 20 lead, and Shelab's colony in the east has less than 1,000 lead, then we will send it. So we'll keep a little bit of lead up here. Now charcoal's a different matter because we kind of need that in both places. So I just need to maybe up the production of it as well. So trading rule. Charcoal. Gunpowder, coal, charcoal. So if Shelab's colony has more than 50, then we will create that rule. I wish I could remember what the other thing was. I don't know. We've got loads of food back here, so that's really good. I'm doing okay for happiness as well. So I wonder if we've actually got the rice meals now. We've got luxury meals, lobster. Yeah, we do. We've got the rice meals. So I need to check at the grocers that they're actually being given out. Happiness. Rice meals. No, they are not. So I could do a little thing for rice meals there. And we're going to be able to start doing silk and tea. Tea. I need to make sure that there's a rule to send the tea back up here, but yeah, we'll do that. And we're going to have some porcelain and silk soon. Which is great. We don't have cotton yet, or coffee, or books. So a lot of these things are going to be in the new colonies. But I'm super happy with how we're going with this Far East one. That's really helping, I think. Especially as the production starts to come through. I may need to scale things up, I may not. We'll see how it goes. I would like to recruit 2 more guys. It's good not to lose colonists because it does seem to scale up. Like the more you have, the worse it is to recruit new ones. I don't know if that goes down again when they die though. Haven't really managed to experiment with that. So we're sending arrows, we're getting rice meals, we're getting berries, we're getting cabbage, we're getting eggs, we're sending chickens, chicken meat, we're sending lead, we're sending charcoal. Now the issue is, I need to make sure that the charcoal that's being made, that we have more than a certain amount. So it's made in, I think, the kiln. And at the moment I'm asking it to make 50. I think we need to ask it to make 100. And I need to make sure that enough wood is coming in. So we've got like, oh yeah, we've got 12,000 and 13,000. That's fine. It needs firewood. So I'm wondering whether having some extra splitting stumps in here would be a good idea. And an extra colonist to do that, because I don't think that you can ever have too much firewood. And I'm going to maybe up the amount of firewood that's required as well. Need to recruit another guy. Okay, so... yeah, we do have enough beds, thank goodness. Seems to put an excess of beds in here, which is great. So we're asking for 600. I might actually ask them to make 1,200 now, firewood. Just to make sure there's always enough. And I may actually ask for like 150 charcoal, just so there's always enough for the pottery as well. If we struggle, then I may need to up the production, but we'll see how it goes. Okay. So I'm pretty happy with all of that. And I'm sure there was one other thing we needed to do. Oh, I know what I need to do. Before I go back, I need to have a spare. We might even have one. It looks like the hotbar stuff did stay, so. A spare tailor's place. Oh no, we were going to send the silk up here, weren't we? No, what I need is, in that case, is just a spare water pump. Doesn't look like I've got one. Rats. Alright then. Tomorrow, I'd like you to make me 2 water pumps. I'll hang around here until that is the case. I might just go and have a quick look at how my new design is going with the water gatherers and all that stuff. Hopefully it's... meaning that rather than... yeah, see, it's lining them up. It's lining them up. They're lining up all the way back there, look. To come into here. And that's making it way easier for them to be able to see them. Which is absolutely fantastic. No, I like that a lot. I don't know why they're coming along the wall here and going round. Whereas over there, they're more lining up. And they must be going round and coming in from the water or something. I'm not sure. Regardless, over there it's quite good because it's crossbowmen. So they've got massive range. So the fact that, oh, I see, probably because there's a wall sticking out there and there isn't on this side. My little herb garden. Sort of helping the zombies line up a bit more. Interesting. I wonder if that's something I should do on the other side then. I'll think about it. If I need to have another berry farm or something along those lines. But yeah, we certainly now aren't getting any zombies at all getting as far as these guys. So they come down here. It's not like a zombie can just sneak in and try and get them or can sneak into there without being seen. Right, a zombie is getting in now. That's unfortunate. Where's my bow and arrows? Arrows, bow. Oh, they got him. Nice. Well done, day guards. The shift change is still an issue. But it did give them long enough to change guard and shoot the zombie that snuck in. So that's very, that is very, good. Encouraging, that's the word. I love it when I can think of words. Yay. Okay, so now it is the daytime. I'm hoping they will have maybe thought about making my water pumps. They have indeed. Wonderful. I'd like to get 2 if I can, but, you know, 1 is cool. 1 would get us started at least. The reason I want water pumps is so that I can put some water gatherers down and we can get them making some tea down in the Far East colony. I thought someone was in my garden then, because something was like just out of the corner of my eye, but it was like a bird, so yeah. Well done, Sheelab. So basically the idea with water pumps, and they should be fine just for making tea, is that the reason I need water gatherers here, and I've tried to make them their super secure water gatherer area where they hopefully aren't dying anymore, fingers crossed. But the reason I have this area for fishing and all of that is that they are doubly efficient to what they would be if they were just taking the water out of a pump. However, if you've got a small colony where it's maybe a bit easier for you, don't want to build a big structure, you don't really want to have a big to-do about it, then a water pump is better, and you don't, especially if you don't need much water. Like, I just need enough water to make the tea with, really. And if you don't need that much water, then it's fine, because then you can just use a little water pump, and then you don't have to be guarding the water gatherer guy that's going to basically die every time he goes in and out of the place, because he doesn't come in, he goes out too early and the monsters are still about, and he comes in too late and the monsters are still about, and he just gets killed every time. So instead he's in the nice protection of the construction areas of your, you know, the workshop areas of your place, and he just stands there doing his water pumping. So, you know, it means you need maybe an extra dude, and when that starts to scale up to the amount of people I've got here, it makes it really worthwhile having a water gatherer. And it's the same, you've got fish farms as well, but they take a lot of space. And I don't think they're quite as efficient as having a fisher there. So that, you know, it's saving me a lot of room as well by having them fishing at that place. But, yeah. I think for the colonies that are going to maybe be sort of, that I want to really set up and leave, I want to set them up and leave them to their own devices and not really have to go down there unless there's maybe a problem with production or something. And then I want to move on to the next type of area. So I want to really get the Far East set up, and then that's it. So, having the water pumps, very long explanation for this, means that I don't have to worry about them as much, basically. So we've done that. We're going to go back down there, set up some silk trading. And then just double check that I have set up all of the things that are needed for hopefully getting enough lead. Oh, do you know what the thing I haven't really checked yet is, and I would like to check? Just double check is, like, are we mining lead at the moment? What are we doing with lead right now? Oops. Right, I need to just put that bow away. I was ready to defend my dudes. And we need to pick that up if I can. There we are. So yeah, I want to check on the lead situation. So how much lead do we have? How much lead are we producing? So we have 20 right now. That says to me we're not making any. We're not mining any. I'm gonna head down the mines and I'm gonna try and find lead. Okay, so I know what copper looks like and I know what tin looks like. That's those. We have clay up here, actually, interestingly enough. There's iron, clay, and galena. And we go down here, and we've got some gold. And we go down here. I wish it was easier to tell what they were mining. So gypsum and... is it lead? Lead, tin. Yes, we are making lead. Okay. Cool. Very good to know. So I think it might be some of this, like, gypsum or something. But I want to know how to make more, how to get more. I hate it that I don't know what I'm properly mining out here. Right, I'm going to just take this away and see what it is. It's lead-rich galena. Okay, I'm going to just mine a little bit back here and just going to see if I can find some more. Probably won't be able to, but oh well. Because I want to take up some of that fluffy looking stuff and see what that is. Right, what's this then? So that's lead rich. Galena. And this stuff here is saltpeter. Right. So we've got loads of lead rich galena making lead. And it seems like we are sending it down to the other colony as well, like when there's more than 20. So as far as I'm concerned with that, we're good. I was trying to make this really neat in here. Really neat and lovely, but I don't know if I'll be able to keep it that way. Well, I'll be able to keep it that way, obviously, but I don't know whether I'll be able to, you know, have time to continue it before I end the series. But I don't really want to spend whole episodes on just like, or I'm just going to replace the wall of the mines this episode. La 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 la. It's nice when you're building a house or something. You know, you've got some more functionality. You've got like, you know, new bedrooms. You're taking beds out of the place. It's making it look neat. But when it's kind of tucked away like that, you can kind of just forget about it and not really look at it, can't you? A little bit like, It's a bit like having a nice, neat bedroom and then all the stuff's shoved in your closet, which is totally not what I've got in my office. So, yeah. So hopefully when I go back now, which I'm going to do now, what I should have is a really nice... Pop my glider down there. A lot of lead being sent down. And hopefully a really nice load of charcoal being sent down as well. I hope so anyway. Come on, let's turn around. Let's turn around. Okay, up we go. Up, 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 above the zombies. Good, good. Right, and back we go, hopefully. No, stop it. Okay, nice and quiet. I'm going to head over to the Far East, and hopefully now we'll have everything we need to make porcelain. And then hopefully, yeah, I've got my water pumps as well for the tea. Lovely. And then hopefully that should increase the happiness of the main colony. And then hopefully next episode we can go on a little, I'll flip a coin as to whether we're going to try and go to the New World or to the South. And see what we can do down there, make another little colony. But before we do that, unfortunately, we're going to have to get all the stuff together for a new colony making thing. So I might have to spend an episode or two just getting the stuff together to be able to make a new colony. Hopefully, though, they've been there stockpiling stuff the whole time. Fingers crossed. But what I want right now is just to... I need to head more this way, don't I? I've been going the wrong way. Quite badly. So we're now... Oh, we need to just go due east. Okay. So let's go towards the rising sun. And we should make it. And then it sounds like we need to have a ferret party or something. They're squeaking. They're like, let us out. Let us run and jump and play and climb on things. And rub our oily bodies all over your carpet. Which is why they're allowed in one room only. For their playtimes. Or like outside on a lead sometimes. Not often though. You take them outside on a lead and they run everywhere. And they try and dig everything up. And then they're like absolute little scallywags they are. Oh, I need to go to the south as well. South and east. Every time. So if due east is that way towards the rising sun, south would be this way. So we kind of need to go this way. So I just want to at least go back to the Far East, make sure everything's working, and set up trade rules to get porcelain back to the other place. And then once we've done that, we're all good, I feel. Snowy capped mountains. I feel like we're far too far north. We're like way too far north somehow. Oh. Oh, I hate navigation. Navigation sucks so much in this game. We seem to be going kind of the right way, so let's keep going this way. I don't think it's going to be too far now. I think we need to follow this river a bit. I'm totally making it up. So yeah, this river looks good. Yeah, river. Yeah, my place is by a river too. I don't know if it's the right river, but well, let's follow this one. We are coming into the Far East at least. I'm so glad it gives coordinates. I would be so messed up without coordinates. There we are. Here's my colony. I found it. I'm kind of fortunate that the areas are not too big either. This is expanding all the time as well. It's kind of cool. Yeah. Gonna crash in the water! No! Boof! Let me out! Let's run around the lake. I'm just going for a little swim because I can't in real life. I miss swimming. I miss swimming. I miss the gym. I want to have all my hair chopped off. I want to eat in a restaurant, and and I understand that these things are dangerous right now, and I am quite happy to wait for them to be less dangerous. However, can't wait. Yay! Okay, so shush phone. Shush, 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 shush. Why is it giving? This is a weird time of day for it to be notifying me of stuff. What's it saying? Oh, it's reminding me I am having shopping delivered later. In like 8 hours' time. You really need to remind me of that in 8 hours' time. Guess I do. So, I need to make sure we've got some colonists. In fact, I might need to put some more beds down because we don't have enough beds right now. I'm going to need a couple more. I'll put them in here. They might need moving later, but it's fine. No, we'll just have single beds. I don't know if anyone wants to have a double bed, but at the moment single beds is our thing. And I'll recruit 2 more to make silk. Silk makers. Then I will propose a trading rule that if She-Lab's colony silk, if the Far East has more than 0, we will send it. Because we don't really want any silk to be left down here. I don't think there's any more science to do for this particular area either. So it's really just a case of making silk or making porcelain. Porcelain, we need a kiln. Ooh, I hope I can make a kiln. Oven, furnace. Do not make me go all the way back just to make a kiln. I will be so angry. No, I can make a kiln here. Lovely. Make me 1 kiln. Maybe even 2. Okay, so the next thing that I need to do is... Oh, maybe here would be a good place for this. Put in my water gatherer peoples and give them... I just need to make sure there's enough crates around the place as well because I'm terrible for that. I'll give them a crate on either side that they can go to. Just make me like 50 waters or something. Okay, lovely. So then hopefully we'll be able to make some tea. So, do we have a thing to send tea up to the other colony? We do not yet. Let's make a trading rule. If we have more than maybe 20 tea or something, we'll send it off. Where's tea? Tea. I want more tea. Where is the tea? Oh, there it is. Why is it right the way down there? So if we've got more than 10 things of tea, we'll send it over to the other colony. Alright. They need boiling water. Are you making boiling water right now? You are not, and it is needed. This is why I need to be down here, you see. You go make boiling water. Hopefully, I make a little adjustment and recruitment. We should have some people here to make some water gatherers. Wonderful. And they apparently don't have any pots to put their water into. That's irritating. How do I make those? All these things that I've got set up in the other camp. Empty bucket. Plenty of those at all time. Copper nails, copper parts. We've got copper nails and copper parts being made. We do. We don't have a miner mining copper though, and we kind of are needing copper nails and copper parts. So unless we've got a trade agreement bringing copper down, I'll need a copper miner. which we don't. But that's fine. I've got copper in the mine. It's just a case of finding a copper miner for it. I need to make bedrooms for these guys, because are you really literally getting down the stairs to do your job at this time of day? Really? Oh, you've been down here for a while, so that's good. But yeah, we definitely need someone to mine copper. So, let's do that. I think what had happened there is I think we didn't have enough employed. So yeah, I definitely need some copper being made here. There we are. I'm gonna recruit one more dude. Recruit. Recruit. Lovely. Okay. So I've got water being pumped. We've got silk being sent back. Once we get a little bit of silk in the main colony, I'll start asking the tailors to make silk pillows and things like that. I can always send a few back here if they're needed. I'm quite happy with that. So let's have a little look at the inventory. So at the moment we've got copper parts, we've got the nails and all that sort of thing. We've got quite a bit of copper, but we do have someone making sure that there's enough copper going on. We've got silkworm cocoons, which hopefully they're going to start spinning into silk. But unfortunately I won't really be able to see the silk because it's going to all get sent straight back up to the other colony. So it'll be a case of going and having a look at whether the silk is being sent up there by the spinners. Which it should be though. And then looks like we've got 20 rice meals, so rice meals should be being sent back up as well. Do we have we've got firewood down here. I think that may have come with the basic package though. We do now have some empty buckets which can be used. Again, they're using copper, so I do need to make sure that there's copper, so they've got the copper part, so we can make the bucket, so we can get the water, so we can heat the water, so we can make the tea. So we need copper for tea. And I need something to make porcelain with, which is my kiln. So let's just see how we're doing with the porcelain making on the kiln. If the kiln has been made. Has my kiln been made for me? I did ask them to make one. Maybe they haven't got around to it yet. Because I am asking them to do quite a bit of stuff. May have to wait till the morning for that one. How far from the morning are we? Not too far. So hopefully they'll all go back to work pretty soon. And I'll be able to see. It'll have to be next time, I think. Unfortunately, the time flies by when you're doing this, doesn't it? Especially when you can't find your colony. But yeah, they're doing quite well for calories. They're using 58,000. They've got 221k here, so they're doing very well for food in general. Most of it is berries, I think. They're giving away a lot of their food, and they still seem to have a ton. They have a lot of bread, so I may need to make sure that we're sending some bread from the other colony down to here. The other colony's got like loads of stuff. And I am keeping some rice meals because that gives me a good few calories by keeping some of them. 4,400 calories per item. So it keeps a couple of hundred calories down in this place. But I might need to just adjust it to keep 30 rice meals or something like that. So that they've got things that they can eat. But yeah, I think I'm going to have to leave it there. So as the sun rises, next time we will see exactly how they do with making the kiln for me. We'll put that down. We'll get the porcelain production going. Just hang around a little bit to make sure everything's going okay. And all the trade rules are in and everything is a-okay. Then we'll head out and start making a new colony down to the south or the west, depending on what I feel like. But I'll have to just go and make sure I can actually make a new colony banner because that actually does take quite a lot of preparation to do. So that I might have to spend the whole of next episode doing that, as well as the porcelain, and then the episode after we might make the next colony. And then I believe there's only 3 different kinds of colonies that you can get. So we'll be making, I imagine the New World will be making furs and all that sort of thing, maybe paper. Something down to the south might be chocolate. I don't know. I could be totally wrong in what they're making, but we have pretty much now finished the Far East, so I'm really, really happy with that. So I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, then please do leave me a like below. If you would like to see more colony survival, please subscribe. I'll let you know when the videos are out. I hope to see you next time. In the meantime, please look after yourselves and keep being awesome.